Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the world of PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series, powered by RaceFace.Pro. My name is Stephen Koenig, glad to have you guys here. And this time, we're going to be having a bit of fun, not at Monza, as everyone's totally expected. We're going a little bit different. We're heading out to Laguna, Seca, where our qualifying has just started. So let's go down to our grid and see how qualifying's going. As our drivers make their way through, my name is Stephen Koenig, glad to have you guys here and welcome to Laguna Seca. An exciting time for the return of the GT3 Sprint Series, and this time we're going to be having a bit of fun with PokerBet, raising the stakes here tonight. And I gotta say, super exciting times as our drivers look to make a grand return to the world of GT3 sprint racing with an absolutely monumental grid sitting with over 41 cars making it to the grid. And let's go through the running order, because Henry Mayer is at the top of the charts of Martin Racing, and second place is Jean Leroux at the moment. The KSR Hex Divers doing everything he can to try and close up that time of a 1:22.2 set by Henry Mayer. But Gerrit Burkus puts himself into second place. Jean Leroux into third. Jude Neville into fourth. Harry Van Zale into fifth. Paul Fenter in sixth place. Crystals lying in seventh. Eighth place is Ryan Cleydance. And ninth place at current is Ryan Barrington-Smith. Eric Kirstein lying in 10th place. And the field goes on and on and on, because Eric Kirstein puts himself into third. Henry Mayer looking to improve his lap time. Ryan Barrington-Smith into 11th. Jaco Kutzer in 12th position, followed by Peter Meyer, Jean Verveers, along with Jason Farmer, Rowan van der Walt, Viertier Buerta, Daniel the Hitman de Villiers, Foz Tar, Reginald Mutaleni, Henry Plott, Donovan Dudon, along with Ryan Ferry, Dean Nokia, Grant Lecoeur, also making his way out on the circuit. There is Jean Massot out on the track, Jody Soutman, Jaco Korber, Tristan Herbst, Werner Skuman, along with Tienes Buerta, Hansi Myberg, Altman Buerta, Brandon Holthazen, Mark Henneberry, Dean DePrez, Dari Dreyer, Andre Crebalesi, and Sean Oliver rounding out our field. Absolutely some phenomenal stuff. And Saki Goes Bossy is the car leaving the pits at the moment. That is Jaco Krobler. Been having a bit of fun on iRacing, returning to the world of Assetto Corsa Competizione. Couple of drivers to keep an eye out for. Dean Nokia, a champion in the world of console racing, now trying his hand here in the world of sim racing. Henry Mayer, the fastest thus far, putting in a, well, never mind, Jean Leroux taking that right away from him, puts himself into first place. Henry Mayer is looking to represent South Africa for the SRO Community Sim Grid World Championship. But here at the PokerBet race, the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series Round 1 at Laguna Seca, it's going to be an absolutely monumental time, and we're looking forward to seeing you all having a bit of fun. Down in the description, though, we do have an affiliate link to PokerBet, and you want to be part of there, because they're going to be handing away some prizes during the course of the season, not only in our GT3 Sprint Series, but on our Thursday nights as well, the mainstay championships. And it is going to be a lively one, folks, because by the end of tonight, we're going to have a confirmation of the prize pool, the grandeur of what this prize pool is going to be. And, well, whispers in the wind is even myself, I would love to be out there. Multiple different, we have got pros, pro-ams racing in different servers. So we are watching currently our pros out on track, showing what they can do. Paul the Wolf Enter making his way up the hill, following in tow. Through the corkscrew he goes, chasing down the Lamborghini just ahead of him. And trying to gain a little bit of time. He's actually got one of the quickest times out on track. Is this going to be enough for him? Circling around, keeping in the tow, right up against one of the PWSR Lambos. This will be the fastest lap time if he can get it right, not bottling it up in the final corner. Gets on the gas, trying to pull himself through, and right across the line gets himself into 4th place. The Eleanor driver, Chaos, is making his way through. We have got a couple of people out there in the virtual grandstand. Bertus Hugo saying it's good to have the Sprint Series back, and hearing the engines roar around Laguna Seca on a Wednesday evening. And I know for PokerBet, it is extremely exciting times because Dean Nokia puts himself up into 1st place and takes away the spot. Henry Mayer is gaining time. He's the fastest through the previous sector. Can he carry this momentum forward? Up the hill he goes, into the corkscrew. Now it's a left-hander. Down the mountain he goes. And it's just an absolute drop-off. You've got to keep your foot absolutely planted. Quick left-hand sprint. Getting past one of the Pandacity cars. Gets back onto the power. Trying everything he can. Late on the brakes. Getting a little bit of a slide. Out wide. Is that going to be an invalidation? Doesn't look like it. 0.2 of a second as he makes his way across the line. Will this be enough to put himself back into 1st place? He just has to beat 0.05, and he does so at 121.750. Dean Nokia, though, is coming back at him with 0.1, 0.2. He's quick around the corkscrew. That BMW is hanging on. The GSR needs to try and make up a bit of time. Chris Stoles puts himself into 2nd place and taking the Mustang to the top of the charts here in America for Laguna Seca. This is absolutely monumental, and the drivers are sending it for this welcome back to the GT3 Sprint Series, and in the biggest way possible, because PokerBet has raised the stakes that all the drivers are going to have to either give it everything they got, are they going to hold, or are they going to fold? We're going to see all of it this season, and round 1 is proving to be it because we got a mixture of cars. McLaren, Ford, BMW, Ferrari, Aston Martin in the top 5. Ryan Barrington-Smith going and running in that top 5, trying to close up some time. Paul Fenter, his teammate, looking to make up some time. Werner Skuman in the Mustang is lying at 6th place. Jude Neville going and making his way through in the Ferrari, absolutely slinging it. Mordrake Larson's trying his hand. He's running in 9th place, a little bit bottled up behind one of the McLarens, having to just slow down at the moment. Fleming Bauer also giving it everything he's got from Martin Racing, trying to run it out a little bit wide. Kerry Funzale makes his way through. Can he improve his last lap time? It doesn't look like so. Crystal's trying his luck. A little bit of a slow exit there to get out of 2nd place properly, so that's not going to be an advantage. But Ryan Barrington-Smith may actually do it. Was quick. Can he come across the line? And does so. Ryan Barrington-Smith into 1st place. Only 0.005 behind. I mean, that is extremely close. And for 1st place, 2nd and 1st is close. 3rd place, 0.012. Jude Neville, 0.097. My heaven, these drivers are absolutely sending it. Buca's going to say there's going to be some epic racing tonight. And, well, looking at these lap times, mate, it is going to be a flyer. Our top 8 are all doing 121s right here at Laguna Seca and giving it everything they got. Clawing tooth and nail at this point, trying to figure out what's going to be the best advantage. What's going to be the game plan here? Jude Neville, 0.1 up. He may actually improve. He may be able to take that 1st place. He's just got to keep it all together, not lose time behind the McLaren. Closing, and he's going to have to go late to the brakes. Can he get it done? Still 0.1 up. This may be enough to put him into 1st place. He's absolutely tramping on the gas and across the line, and does so. Jude Neville taking 1st place away from Ryan Barrington-Smith. 0.035 as they come across. This is just mental, folks. 3 minutes left of this qualifying, and I honestly feel like I'm commentating on the race right now because it's 1 up right here for round 1 of the PokerBet RaceFace.Pro GT3 Sprint Series, and everyone gambling their chances at the moment to see who can get themselves to that top of the pile, who's going to be able to claw their way to victory for this run. And all the teams properly giving it everything they got, really winding it up as they make their way through. But we're going to be going through and seeing the race as it breaks down. Now, for anyone that's new to the Sprint Series and is thinking, is this going to be the same as our Thursday night? Well, it's not. Shorter races, Not worried about the mandatory pit stops, not having 2 mandatory pit stops in the way. This is a sprint race. This is green flag. You go racing until checkered flag comes down. And qualifying is crucial compared to strategy, because now strategy gets thrown out the door. Drivers are going to have to figure out what's going to work for them and how are they going to be able to get themselves up through the order to ensure that they stand at the top come the end of the race. And at the moment, it is neck and neck battle on the way through. As we see Ryan Barrington-Smith, 0.1 up. He's going to be able to take the top spot. Can he do it? Comes across the line and does so 100th of a second faster than the rest of the field. Jude Neville trying his luck, but Henry Mayer coming back at him. He's 0.2 up. Jude Neville is down, but Henry Mayer may go and usurp Ryan Barrington-Smith as he comes across the line. He does so. A 1:21.5 as he gets his way through. This is absolutely mental. We have seen first place swap out more than 12 times in a qualifying session. This is mental. And with over 43 cars, yes, you heard me right, 43 cars will be running tonight in our Pro-Am server. In our Pro server, everyone is jostling for the top spot. Everyone's trying to figure out what are they going to do to get that extra advantage. And knowing that there's a prize at the line, there's a bit of a secret to that one, because we are keeping it within the fold till later this evening, where we're going to have a chat to Bertus Hugo, who will give us the actual tally of what that is. And, well, not only does the drivers have a chance to go for a prize pool, but as spectators, you guys can win as well with PokerBet. We do have our affiliation link down in the description, and you want to go and select it. You want to be part of it. You want to sign up, and remember, make sure that you're 18 or older before going and clicking on it. If you're younger than that, please do not do so. It is for the protection of oneself. But if you're 18 and over, you want to be a part of it. You want to click on it. You want your family members to be a part of it, as Henry Mayer, once again, putting in some absolutely banger lap times as the checkered flag comes out. So, monumental running by all our drivers. Still some giving everything they can. Jude Neville, Crystals, Jean Leroux, Paul Fenter, Werner Skuman, all trying their best at the moment to improve their times. Fleming Bauer, Mordred Larson's out there, as the rest of the field now coming across. Jason Farmer, don't count him out. He's actually 0.3 of a second faster than his personal best. He may be able to get himself out of 22nd position. He just really needs to lean into it now. Getting on the gas, showing what he can do in the GSR machine, utilizing all the tech that's been given to him by MSI and SimTech Racing, as they look to try and get it across the line. Back on the power. And across the line, will it jump him out of 22nd? And it looks like, unfortunately, not to be the case. Mordred Clausen, so unfortunately, 0.5 of a second down on his time. Mark Hedderbury coming across the line. This time, not in a Bentley, but in a Audi to really have a bit of fun. Switching it up from his usual trusty steed. With that being said, though, all our drivers are coming across the line. We're going to take a walk back to the commentary box. And we're in for a fun one, folks, because this is going to be wild. This is going to be exciting, and with a whole lot going on for our drivers here tonight. So many people are going to be wondering what's needing to be done here at Laguna Seca. And I do know that our track walk is showing the wrong circuit, unfortunately. Not ideal circumstances, but that being said, we're going to be moving on to the track to take a look at the racing ahead. So, let's go down to the track. Here at PokerBet, we're going to be having a bit of fun, and let's go through our running order, the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series, as we go through a rolling grid of all the action. So, out in front is going to be Henry Mayer, followed by Ryan Barrington-Smith, Jude Neville, Chris Stolz, Dean Nokia, Jean Leroux, Paul Fenter, Werner Skuman, Johan Kleinans, Fleming Bauch, Harry van Zale, Mordre Claessens in 12th, Daniel de Villiers in 13th, 14th, John Verveers, along with Gerrit Burkus, Viertier Buerta, Eric Kirstein, Jaco Kotze, Brandon Holzhausen, Henry Platt, Peter Meyer, Jason Farmer, Sean Olivier, along with Ryan Ferree, Chris Collision, along with Reginald Mutaleni, Jody Seidman, Tiernas Buerta, Ron van der Walt, Fars Tal, Ron Kleinans, Donovan Dunnan, Mark Henneberry, Hansi Myberg, Altman Buerta, along with Jean Mosset, Mustafa Nordin, Tristan Herbs, Grant Leclerc, along with Davy Dreyer, Andre Krapels going to be starting in the pits, Jaco Krobler in 42nd and 43rd, going to Dean DePries as they line up on the grid, getting ready to go. It is going to be a full formation lap, folks, and the reason that we have gone to the full formation lap is why not here tonight? Why not have all the action? And, well, it's part of the fun. A full formation lap means you warm up your tires, you warm up your brakes, and there's no load shedding at current here in South Africa, our drivers get to warm up the tires the way they want to. So Henry Mayer off to the launch. Ryan Barrington-Smith will be lining up on the outside. Take a look to our virtual grandstands, and I can see you guys all in the VIP stands here tonight. Anthony Gamble going and saying, hope everyone's ready for a great race. Go Jason Farmer, my boy. Anushka Buerta going and saying, hello all, this is going to be fun. Samira Burkus and versus Hugo going in having a bit of a party there. But to everyone joining in, a massive, massive welcome to you guys. Glad to have you around. It's going to be a wild one here at the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series. And with a monster of a field here tonight to really show off what they can do. It's going to be a wild, wild race. New drivers to the scene coming from the world of console. New drivers to the entire RaceFace.Pro family. And now it is a new sponsor coming on board and really taking the gamble on this one. Not only just deciding that they're going to be part of the sponsorship. No, they're going for the title sponsorship. And the best way, they're putting all the chips down on the table, playing all the cards. But the house will always win in this one. And PokerBet is looking to try and make sure that the house is forever in their favor. They've got to put a prize pool on the line, and you guys will also have an advantage to win prizes on our racing. So make sure you use the affiliate link down in the description and be a part of all the action right here for the RaceFace.Pro GT3, or the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series Round 1. As our drivers make their way through the corkscrew, the anticipation is getting loud, it's getting proud, it's getting wild. And now we look to go in for a bit of fun as they line up. It's going to be 70 k's an hour as they make their way through. If you want to catch all the live timing, go over to Pitwall, look up RaceFace.Pro, and you will see it all come back to action. Mac van der Merwe saying, well done, Bruce Hugo. We are back. Mac van der Merwe, actually one of our top drivers who's missing out this one. And that's a shame. That is really a shame, because we're going to be racing with some of the fastest in the country. Henry Mayer, Ryan Barrington-Smith lined up on the line, looking towards the lights. Lights on, 45 minutes of racing, and we are going live in 3, 2, 1. Jim, take it away as Tim is on the cameras. Henry Mayer off to a flying start. Ryan Barrington-Smith losing out position, getting swamped out. Jude Neville getting past him up on the inside. Ryan trying to come back at him. 3 wide though, as it looks like Crystal's trying to get into the fray of things. Dean Nokia going and losing out. Light bit of touching there as they all make their way through turn 1. Beautifully getting it done. Light taps though, but nothing hectic. Henry Mayer long since checking out of this fight. He does not want to be anywhere close. And Crystal's getting the pressure put on by Jean Leroux. looking inside, outside, trying to find his way through. Looks for the inside, couldn't get it all sorted out. Fleming Bauer stuck on the outside as Werner Skuman sends it with the Mustang and gallops away for Paul Venter. Now to have a good look at him as they charge their way up the hill, late on the brakes, get it all hooked in. Paul getting a great drive compared to Bauer as he gets on the gas, trying to chase it all the way through into the corkscrew. Late on the brakes, trying everything they can. It is going to concertina badly at the top. All the drivers trying to do everything they can. Early stages of the race. So Crystal's trying to come back for the Delta Negative, staring at the back of Jude Neville at the moment as they claw their way through Monumental Racing all the way down as we can see the drivers circling their way through to complete their first lap. A little bit of minor contacts coming in as we see an accident with the 33 car, and that is a little bit further down. That's Donovan Dunun looking on the inside, outside, getting a little bit of pressure put on. Tries to look up on the inside of one of the hybrid racing cars and also trying to get past one of the Omnius, Mercedes. That gives him a bit of a knock. Unfortunately, he gets knocked, he put it in the wall, but is able to get going. Drivers making their way through. Close racing up into the top 10 is Fleming Bauer and Werner Skuman now onto the back of one another. Werner Skuman's going to hold the defensive inside line. Can he go late on the brakes? Trying to do so. Sends the Mustang up. Keeps it in check. Fleming Bauer's going to go for the undercut though. Couldn't quite get the power down. And that does suck him into the clutches of Paul Venter, who is not going to be hanging around at this moment. He is going straight to the dealer and saying, give me everything you got. As he looks to go late on the brakes. Not going to wait out here. Johan Kleinud's not going to be too afraid at this point. He's holding at the moment. He's going to wait it out and see what he can do. Harry Van Zyl and Mordred Claessen's communicating with one another, saying, all right, guys, we got to keep this together. As old Paul Venter off track. He loses out position. Harry Van Zyl gets a pass. Can Mordred Claessen's get it done? Up on the inside. Big sin. Side by side. A little bit of rubbing and racing. Paul Venter not backing down, but Mordred Claessen's going to drag him down towards turn one. Side by side they go. Mordred's got the inside line. This will give him the advantage. And Paul Venter losing our position. Does the switch back. Huge send and gets it in. Mordred Claessen's tried closing the door. That didn't work. Daniel de Villiers, the hitman, just went and called it. He played his cards, sent it in, got the win, walks out with the chip saying thank you very much on that one, and not going to be taking it to the counter. He is going back in for it, saying, dealer, once again, let's go for it. Mordred Claessen's going after the back of Daniel de Villiers as he tries his luck. Here at Bucas now getting into the fray of things as well as they launch their way through. Monumental fighting all the way through. Fifth years battling out for the hybrid racing adventure team. Fiatia Buerta all over the back of him. Looking left, right, goes up the hill. Gonna go late on the brakes. The Ferrari trying to do the switch around. Can he get it done? Outbrakes himself. He's off. And this is going to cost him. Jaco Kutzer gets past without a problem. Will Eric Kirstein do the same? He does so. Eric Kirstein gets an absolutely monumental check out there and sends his way through. Mac van der Merwe out in the grandstands, busy saying, all right, I'm watching this amazing racing, the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series, but I'm going to be back tomorrow night, and don't count me out as yet. This is going to be awesome. Good to see some amazing drivers because we got Season 19 returning, and also our title sponsor tonight, PokerBet, will be sponsoring tomorrow as well. So keep an eye out on it because it's getting wild. As I said, they're going all in and not afraid to go and give away any of the cards at this point. They are going to play it all and have it all for our amazing drivers out on track here at RaceFace.Pro, and amazing talent that we have got currently on track. Harry Van Zyl, Paul Venter trying to make up some game, and Daniel de Villiers lying in 12th place, doing everything he can. So through the running order at the moment, Henry Mayer out in first place, Ryan Barrington-Smith running in second, Jude Neville in third, fourth place, Dean Nakir, along with Chris Stills, Jean Leroux, Werner Skuman. Got to make sure that he can play into this as well. Looks towards the inside. Seca guesses the option. Says no thank you. couldn't quite get it done on the braking. Going to try it again, heading into the final corner, late on the brakes, not getting as much drive as he would like, and Fleming Bauer immediately seeing it as Jean Leroux runs out wide, losing out 2 positions. Paul Fenter, though, is completely off. Paul Fenter is completely out of it. Spun round, rejoins the circuit, and Chris Collision coming after him. Some experienced global driver will be sending it to go after Paul Fenter. Can't get the drive done. Brandon Holthazen duking it out with Peter Meyer, who is absolutely on the scene right now. Whoop, whoop, here comes the police, sends it on the inside, a little bit of argy-bargy in through turn 1, gets a pass down and dusted. Henry Platt trying his luck as well to Jaco Kutzer, who got bottled up behind him. Then we have got Jason Farmer trying everything that he can with Mark Henneberry right on the back of him. Jody Seidman, Tiernas Buerta into the fray as well. So there is action left, right, and center. And these three, Jean Verveers, Jaco Kutzer, and Eric Kirstein, are giving it everything they can, trying to battle it out. Jaco Kutzer getting the drive, looks for the inside line, can't get it done, looks to the outside, gonna go up the hill into the corkscrew, gonna be late on the brakes, gotta go for the send, couldn't get it done, backs out of the run, and now gets immediately closed up by Eric Kirstein, who is trying his best at the moment for the Hybrid Racing Red Storm, who is absolutely got the red mist as he tries to chase down. We do have a car off, and that is our number 12 that has gone off track. This, unfortunately, seems to be Tristan Herbst, who has lost out a little bit of run, battling out with one of my McLarens at the back. This was way further back. Did it snap out? Yes, it did. He comes across. Oh, man. Talk about taking the gamble, getting the miss, but surviving to go back to the tables. Absolutely crazy stuff for our drivers. Henry Platt trying to do everything he can. Mark Henneberry, who's used to driving a big Bentley front engine car, switching over to the Audi R8, is on the charge, looking on the outside, looking on the inside, couldn't get the pass done as he could, as Racing getting closer and closer. Jody Seidman, also a new name to the world of RaceFace.Pro, and jumping in for the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series, is laying his cards on the table to Tiernas Buerta and saying, right, come after me, let's see what you got. A little bit of a side eye coming in there, try and figure out what have they got on the cards. Run for the vault, also getting into the action, trying to make his way through as they claw their way through. But our fighting three, Verveers, Kutzer, and Eric Kirstein, still having a good go at one another. Mordred Claessen's going late on the brakes to Daniel the Hitman de Villiers. There is just fights everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to keep up with it is just wild. So we're going to keep an eye on this fight. This is 11th and 12th place, still into a monumental toe. Mordred Claessen's got the inside line, looking for the inside into turn 1, keeping those firmly planted. The Porsche taking the gamble here to go late on the brakes. We do know the Lambo can get it in. The PWSR car of the Hitman tries to get it all together. Couldn't get the pass done. And unfortunately, Mordred Claessen is not playing Go Fish at the moment. He is on a monumental charge, as we also see Jude Neville losing out of position to Dean Norkier. Where this is his first time here at RaceFace.Pro, folks. This is his second Assetto Corsa Competizione League race, and he is in it. Daniel de Villiers, though, is in the wall, losing out a lot of drive. Our number 93, unfortunately, getting it all sides are wrong. So let's go back a little bit. Let's see. He was right on the back of Mordred Claessen's. He was in 12th position, touches the dirt on the right-hand side. That's all fine. Got a little bit of dirt on the right rear. Gets a bit of a twist in. Over the curb, bottoms out, twists around. Oh, and just loses the rear, unfortunately. And that throws him round and round. So, what a battle has gone and developed there. But now we're watching a battle for third place at the moment. This is like having the champions at the table, each holding their cards, trying to figure out what are they going to do, how much are they going to go for it, and what's going to be going through the minds. Dean Norkier is thinking, is Jude gonna fold? Is he going to lay it down? Is he going to place the bet? Well, it looks like Jude Neville is all in at the moment. Late on the brakes, trying to send it in, realizing there's only 34 minutes left of this race. And you heard me right, folks, 34 minutes with this monumental field of 42 cars across the race is no easy feat. Another good one is Foz Tar. going on, having a great time. Donovan Dunnan, who was in the wall earlier, is now trying to battle it out. Sean Oliver, 3 new names that are to the world of RaceFace.Pro, and they're having a good go. Sean Oliver, Lucky Lap Luke, tries to send his luck on the inside, putting the big nose in into Donovan Dunnan. Couldn't get it done. Brandon Holthazen, though, is down the order. He's in the wall. Brandon Holthazen is in the wall. The number 3 has gone back to pit, so he is out and getting some work done on the car as we quickly jump back to the replay. See what happened to this big burly Mustang as he tries to get through. Oh, the rear just snaps and puts it hard into the wall. That is unfortunate and now extremely broken. So a couple of cars coming in. Sean Oliver is in the pit as well, so that is our 137 car that's unfortunately down and out in the running. Henry Mayer trying to carve his way through the grid as he gets through a couple of back markers. This is developing into an interesting one. Rian Ferree, Jody Seidman also showing a bit of contact. Jody Seidman has got Massot looking on the inside, tried going for it, couldn't quite get the pass done, and Dussiers yet immediately getting caught up by Ruan Kleinans, who goes up on the inside. Ruru, Team Ruru going with it. Ruan Kleinans late on the brakes, tries to go for the big send side by side, launches it, gets it over the curb, not quite getting the pass done on John, but he does get the pass to move up a position. Fastest lap held by Dean Norkier at the moment as he chases down Ryan Barrington-Smith with Henry Mayer holding all the cards at the moment out in first place, and has opened up a 1.5 going to 2-second gap over second place, and he's just trying to keep it all together. Eric Kirstein and Virtia Buerta having a good go at one another, with Paul Fenter immediately getting on the back of him. Eric Kirstein's going to be thinking what needs to be done, looking in those mirrors, left, right, trying to see what's going to battle out. Can't get the pass done just as yet as he launches a monumental attack. Paul Fenter, though, is going to go late on the brakes, and he's going to throw in all the shenanigans at this point. The Eleanor driver of chaos is looking to really extend a great run. Unfortunately, he lost out a lot of time exiting the final corner a little bit earlier on in the race. This time, he has got Virtia Buerta in his sight. Anushka Buerta going and shouting from the sideline, saying, go, 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 as we do see Jean Leroux has been twisted around. The 404, unfortunately, having a bit of a problem. And let's take a look. Running into an error 404 there for the KSI Hex Divers. And a good play on words for the Hell Divers game. An absolutely awesome one. Oh, just that snap oversteer. Stopped in the middle of the track. A little bit of contact. 2 on the Mustangs. Everyone having to take evasive maneuvers. Thankfully, no casualties there. But a few very scared moments. If you want to talk about getting a close shave, well, you couldn't get any closer from that if you tried. Paul Fenter finding out in 15th position. Right onto the back of Virtia Buerta. This is one of our closest battles within the top 10 at current as they make their way around the track. Blue flags being waved, so they're going to have to try and carve their way through. That is one of our McLarens, unfortunately, a little bit banged up and looking worse for wear as they try to make their way through. So, a couple of cars showing some wear and tear throughout the race. Chris Collision with Jason Farmer up on the inside, goes for the pass, looking side by side as they launch their way down towards turn 1. Both Ferrari 296s gonna send it late onto the brakes. Bit of a broken McLaren ahead of them. They're gonna have to get past. That is the number 30 car as they go late on the brakes. Dean DePriest is going to be made short work over there as he gets passed by Jason Farmer, Chris Collision, and Daniel De Villiers as they make their way through. Mark Henneberry fighting in 20th position with Tiernas Buerta lying in 21st as they go and fight it out. Tiernas Buerta trying his luck against the world of Mark Henry. Jason Farmer, though, getting a little bit of visitation to the dirt, having to have a bit of a mud bath at this point to try and get himself all organized. Getting a bit heated into the battle. The 296 having a bit of a snap oversteer. It is blazing out on the track. 25 degrees Celsius. Oh, it just turned in a little too early over the sausage curb. Couldn't quite get that gamble done and dusted. And now we'll have to try everything he can to bring it back. Reginald Mutalani, also known as Reg, part of the Noob Nation Evo. One of our streamers out there in the world of Motorsport, Altman Burtzer in the big Bentley. The oldest car in the grid, might I add, is the Bentley. That's actually second to that is the Aston Martin. They're like Paul Fenter and the likes of Ryan Barrington-Smith are running. But the big Bentley showing off what it can do. Mustafa Norin immediately onto the back of him. Teresa Competizione immediately showing off a monumental charge. Great exit out of the final corner. Keeping in the toe. Will continue the pace right the way through. Looks for the inside line. Backs out of it. Can't get the pass done as yet. And will be thinking back. But I want to bring your attention back up to our top three because Dean Nokia is one to keep an eye out for. He is currently 1.3 seconds behind Ryan Barrington-Smith. And Ryan Barrington-Smith has been doing 122.5. Now, I'm not a gambling man. I am not quite sure with how my luck plays. But I can do a bit of math here because Dean Nokia's last lap time, a 122.137. He is quicker on that last lap. Let's see what this lap is going to be about because he's closed up a 2.5 second gap to second place and looking to fight it out on the podium. And the lap times, man oh man, both going and showing their hands at the moment, both going and pulling an ace out. And that is Dean Nokia with a 1 minute 22.345 and Ryan Barrington-Smith with a 1 minute 22.347 for the round one. This is absolutely incredibly close, ladies and gentlemen, and it will keep you guessing. A good battle on track I want to jump out to is Ruben van der Walt with Reginald Mutalani on the back of him. Now, Van der Walt has been carrying a good bit of pace. He's been practicing quite a bit. Reginald Mutalani is consistent. I've seen this man do 10 hours by himself solo racing in a GT3. It killed him. It pretty much killed him. But he is now trying everything he can to prove himself here tonight. Lying in 23rd, going off to 22nd. As it stands, it's Van der Walt getting a tank slapper, catches it, and now losing out that little bit of drive. Will be about 5 kilometers of hurt added to him. So he's going to have to see where this is all going to work out for him as they claw their way through. Further up through the field, 16th, 17th, and 18th, Daniel de Villiers, Chris Collision, and Jason Farmer all over the back of one another into the corkscrew. Down the hill they go. Jason Farmer looks for the inside line. Can he go around? Switch back, looking for the inside line. Carrying the momentum through. Chris looking at his mirrors saying, what am I going to do? Both braking at the same time. Just getting the pass done. Not this time. Jason Farmer tries for the inside line. Couldn't get it done. Backs out of it. He's going to wait it out for this time. Let the timer go and tick away and let the patience of the drivers start coming into fray as they battle their way through. Interesting, further down, we have got John Mazon and Peter Meyer going at one another. The Omnius Gaming, and I hope I'm getting that one right, is going and finding it out against Jean Majot of Tire Troopers, who is on a monumental charge, holds the inside line, heading into turn one. That is going to help him. Goes and floats back to the center of the circuit, hits the first apex. Can he get the second apex? A little bit off there, but taking a look back, Vietia Burta into the dirt, the 388 car, not having an easy time out there. So from the fight, going for it, well, he's going to be having to explain to the missus in the grandstand, listen, I may have made a mess. I'm going to try again. Jumps over the curb, lands into the dirt, lost out that little bit of time and into the wall. He's got major damage on his car now. He's going to be having to drive through because there is no time to mess around. Loses out position to Jason Farmer. Chris Collision getting past him without too much hassle. Launches his way through. So it is going to be a lot of ups and downs for these drivers. It is a very, very big field. Unfortunately, a couple of retirements have happened. We're down to 39 cars currently out on track. Not a bad thing, though, for our front runners because that means they've got a little bit more breathing room to just get their elbows out between one another before they get back into that huge train of back markers. As we see Dean Nokia now 0.8 of a second to Ryan Barrington-Smith, trying to go a little bit later under braking and it's not going to be an easy one for it as we jump on the rear wing of Ryan Barrington-Smith. You can see how close Dean is reeling him in. That BMW is looking extremely hungry, and the back of the logistical nightmare racing, Ryan Barrington-Smith, Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Absolutely amazing. You can't go wrong with a V8 going and battling it up, but the BMW that is being driven by Dean is absolutely setting it, going and fighting left and right with the wheel, hoping that he can keep it all together as he gets back onto the charge, up over the hill, down into turn 1, down the gears, second gear into first. First apex is just fine, keeping it very, very tight, a little too tight on the exit. That's going to compromise some of the drive, and will lose out a bit of time to Ryan Barrington-Smith, who just can't get the tail to work with him at the moment. Lap time starting to show a bit of a story though. Ryan Barrington-Smith, it was 122.7. Dean Nokia managing to do a 122.5. Remember, the fastest lap time set by the race was Dean with a 121.937. Our leader, Henry Mayer, who's now pulled a 4-second gap to this little fight. He's staying well out of it, controlling the pace at the moment, is running a lot quicker than them, 122.1 as his last lap time. So he's keeping that. He's managing the pace as now they catch up to a bit of a back marker. It's going to be a all-out charge. Dean Nokia is going to have to bottle Ryan Barrington-Smith, but Ryan is no slouch at this point. A man that has done really, really well in the world of rallying and was part of the FIA. Let me get it right. This is the Superstar Esports that he was trying out for. Did a little bit of rallying for in that and did extremely well. Gets the drive. Dean Nokia, who is a multiple champion in the world of consoles and represents South Africa in console racing out on Gran Turismo, taking that big leap into the world of Assetto Corsa Competizione and is fighting it out. Mark Henneberry and Rian van der Walt making their way through, but Rian van der Walt feeling the pressure from Free on the back of him. Free hoping that he can get on the inside of his fellow teammate, saying, okay, buddy, you're losing out a little bit of time here. Looks to the inside, can't get the pass done as yet, backs out of it, gonna come back at him. And Reginald Mutileni looking to close up the gap as well as they make their way through. 22 minutes left of the racing, still lots alive. Massot and Henry Plott right between one another, they're fighting it out, and Ruan Kleinans also in the fray of things, so don't count him out of the order as they make up a bit of time. All in all, great racing up and down through the field. Lots on the cards here as they go side by side around the outside. John not getting it done and dusted, looks for the inside line, can't get through. Henry Plott trying to get himself sorted. Van der Walt though, going down the order. Van der Walt having a bad bit of damage. And what happened to him? He had his teammate behind him. Did he put a wheel out into the dirt? And the Pandacity, unfortunately, going like the pandas, starting to run extinct. Oh, big time out on the dirt. Snap oversteer, voids his teammate, but bang into the wall. And that BMW with its beaver teeth front grille, well, that's seeing a dentist right now because that is broken. Vietia Buerta going after Chris Collision at the moment. Chris, a new driver to the RaceFace.Pro scene and is really showing off what he can do here for the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series on its return back to sim racing with Vietia Buerta looking all the inside. Can't get the done and dusted just as yet. He is going to be shouting from the rooftops at the moment. But back further up in the field, Werner Skuman onto the back of Fleming Bauer. These two have a history. These two went and slugged it out with one another, even when they were in two different classes, where Fleming Bauer was racing a GT2 in the RaceFace.Pro Endurance Series. Fleming Bauer doing a great job there. Had to battle it out with Werner Skuman, who was in this very Mustang, was going and fighting him out. Even though he didn't have the power to compete, he still wanted to give it everything he's got. Dean Nokia falling down the order though. Lost out a little bit of time. He's 1 second off. He closed up a lot of time. Lost out that time. Now it's going to try and reel it back. Was slower on the last lap compared to Ryan Barrington-Smith, who seems to be on a great charge at the moment. opening up that gap a little bit further. So let's go through our running order as it stands. It's Henry Mayer, followed by Ryan Barrington-Smith, Dean Nokia in third, June Neville, Crystals, along with Fleming Bauer, Werner Skuman, along with Kerry Fattel, Mordre Claassen, Johan Kleinarts, Gerrit Bjorkes, along with Jean Leroux, Eric Costain, Paul Fenter, Daniel the Hitman de Villiers, Jason Farmer, Chris Collision, Vietia Buerta, Tiernas Buerta, along with Mark Hedberry, Aaron Farid, Reginald Mutaleni, Altman Buerta, going and battling his way through, Musfa Norin, going and chasing down Peter Meyer, Jean Massot, Henry Plott, along with Ruan Kleinans, Ruan van der Walt, Donovan Dunun, who is dropping a wheel off of dirt, trying to get the car back to the pits. Jaco Krobler going and battling his way out. Sucky goes Bossy as he battles it out. And I've got to say, proud to see my fellow THT, a Team Heap Together driver, out there on the track in ACC. Recently come off the back of a Spa 24-hour. Good to see you out there, bud. Jean Fafiers in 32nd. Davi Dreyer in 33rd. 34th, Dean DePriest. Hansi Myberg, our legendary admin. Oh, as we see, that is Jason Farmer, who has lost it. Jason Farmer puts a wheel out of turn. He gets spun around and now has to try and claim a little bit of ground back up. Finishing up 36th, Jaco Kutzer, Brandon Holtzman, and Jody Seidman, who is currently in the pits. But Jason Farmer down the order. That's going to have Farid getting past. And Farid making short work of Jason Farmer, who now needs to try and get a bit of heat into the tyres. Reginald Mutaleni will be coming at him. Altman Buerta, though, gets it all out of shape as well, as he has parked it off at the top of Corkscrew. So Buerta, waiting to get going, lost out a huge amount of time on his way through. He threw it all down, and it did not come to be for the big Bentley. This is Jaco Krobler, though. He got a little bit of a yellow flag, lying in 31st position. Ryan Barrington-Smith coming at him as a rate of knots. And Jaco deciding, you know what, buddy? You take the racing line plus more. I'm going rally driving. Dean Nokia comes at him and misses a bit the braking board. Well done, Jaco. Thank you very much. It's always a nightmare when you have to try and avoid when you see that going wrong. But he's just taking a bit of a cautious approach to stay out of this little fight. It has now opened up to 1.8 seconds between second and third. Henry Mayer lying in first. So first, second, and third, all in a monumental run. Down 11th and 12th, different story altogether. Gerrit Bjorkes and Jean Leroux completely all over the back of one another, battling it out. Goes for the send. The Hex Divers trying to do a full Super Earth at this point. Needs to really take a deep breath if he wants to get ahead of those darn Sim Alphas that go and claim it to be the best. He tries to go for the send. It was not going to be the drop pod make. He can't get that mark on the drop pod. We'll have to wait it out. Well, Sim Alpha goes and holds the cards and waits. Maybe, just maybe, he has a joker in the pocket that he can pull out and to try and break away from Jean Leroux at the moment, who is having a monumental run. Both going and duking it out, but a change up for the top. It is Ryan Barrington-Smith and Dean Nokia going and having a bit of a change. Dean getting the pass. Let's go back 30 seconds because we got to see that Ryan Barrington-Smith, who was in second, catching up to Donovan Dunun ahead of him in the Porsche. Donovan seeing the blue flags. Ryan goes off track though, comes back on. That's killed his drive, heading up to the Corkscrew, and Dean getting the pass sunk in. And you can see Ryan tried to go back for it, but there was just no room whatsoever. Dean up into second. I do want to point out, Dean Nokia was one of the drivers that sent me a message right before the race. He says, wish me luck. If I can get a top 10, I'm going to be happy. Oh no, Vietia Buerta and Chris Collision having a bit of a contact with one another. Vietia waiting for Chris, says, you go, bud. That was my bad. I'm going to give you the room there. And a bit of a gentleman's handshake we talk about in the world of sim racing. It's if you cause a bit of a problem, you wait, you give the position back, and there we go. Oh, tried going for the avoidance, but just that left front, just clipping Chris. Unfortunately, both losing positions. Vietia saying, sorry, buddy. Gives a quick flash of the lights, gives the position back, and now goes back onto the chase. So a bit of a gentleman's handshake that has worked out. Shot Clay Nuts onto the back of Henry Fonsail, really trying to give it everything he can at the moment. As Henry Fonsail dropping a wheel in the dirt, has to be cautious on his approach here, while he's giving his teammate Mordrake Claessens a bit of a gap to keep moving forward. 14 minutes left of this race, and it is just going to be close. Clay Nuts into the toe, though, trying everything he can. Looks left, looks right, trying to bait a move at this point, trying to see what's happening here in the RaceFace PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series on a Wednesday, folks. And it is going to be a phenomenal one. Clay Nuts tries to go late on the break in the Delta Negative, just can't get it done as yet, as they do make a bit of time on one of the McLarens. That is one of our backmarkers moving out of the way, saying, listen, buddy, I'm going to let you by. Peter Meyer, unfortunately, facing the wrong way. Now needs to get his car turned around. Yellow flags for him. Did the Porsche get a snap oversteer on the way up the hill? Defend and swerve written on the back. Well, it seems to be swerve, drop, wobble, and send it facing backwards. Just putting the speed trap out in the middle of the track. And unfortunately, a couple of drivers having to take avoidance action there. Garrett Bucas also getting a bit of a turn around. The 333 having a yellow flag. Is this a wheel on the dirt that gets him twisted around? Out through turn 1, turn 2. Heading into turn 3, turn 4. Late on the brakes. Gets the rear to step out. Oh, he tries to correct it. Oh, it's just too much correction. Swings it back. The KSI Hex Divers going a great avoidance there as he goes for it. Clay Nuts onto the back of Henry Fonsail, the Panacity car, with the likes of Delta Negative all over the back of him. Getting a snap oversteer. Trying everything to pull it back as he makes his way through. Battle back up to the top with 13 minutes to go. Ryan Barrett-Smith, Dean Nokia all over the back of one another. Now Dean has to soak up the pressures. Ryan Barrett-Smith, a champion in logistical nightmare racing, has had a console background as well. A lot more experience in the world of ACC, is now going to lay the pressure on Dean Nokia, saying, right, you stuck the pressure on me, buddy, for quite a majority of the race. Let's see how you like it when I return the favor. And you can see the cars up ahead that are really battling it out as well. So I'm going to be able to box you in. Lots of questions going to be had. Lots of drivers trying to see what's going to be their advantage here. Who's going to be able to make the climb. Up and down, launch their way around. Just can't get the pass down and down as yet. Dean Nokia just staying alive at the moment, hoping to carry a little bit more forward. Mustafa Noreen and Reginald Mutilini going at one another, but it does look like Reginald losing out a bit of time. Goes for the send. Mustafa going and defending at the moment. Can't get Reginald off his tail as yet. Trying everything he can to get back into the fray of things. Back up to second and third, though. This is a battle we'll be watching out, as it does look like lap time starting to look very, very similar, as Dean Nokia taking a very defensive inside line. He's going to be hurting those tires, scrubbing them up big time, and that grip will start to fade away. It is 25 degrees Celsius on the track, which means these tires are going well up to about 45 degrees easy on the circuit, which is going to play around with a PSI. It's going to start overinflating the tires. The guys are going to be starting to get a little bit too much slide to them. They'll pick up what we call this very slotty slide to them. It's where the tires have a little bit of grip and they are biting, but then they get the slide that's just, it's absolutely awful to try and pull yourself out of. And especially if you run your traction control a little bit too high, it gets this very lazy slide. Once it goes, you're just holding on to it, and it just goes and goes and goes forever. And that's what Dean Nokia is starting to battle like. He's starting to feather that throttle a little bit more, trying to defend the onslaught that is right behind him of Ryan Barrett-Smith. You can see that logistical nightmare racing logo bearing down on the back of the BMW. Will start to have the drive, though, as Ryan will get the toe down towards turn 1 and turn 2. Up over the hill, tries to go for the set, can't get it just as yet as they head into turn 2. Late on the brakes. Our leader now has gotten past our back markers, but let's see how Dean Nokia is going to do this, because he is going to be in a monster of a fight with Altman Burtman going up on the inside of John Bazard. Here comes second and third place, right? Barrington Smith trying to get the pass done. He sees that Dean is caught behind the back markers. Tries to go for the inside line. Looking to go 3 wide. Ultimate Burton stuck on the inside though. 3 wide. Sean getting put in the middle. Unfortunately, doesn't work out. Dean gets the contact. Took the risk. Took the gamble. Ultimate Burton unfortunately got a little bit of a loss there. But Dean Nokia, who tried to play the house, unfortunately did not win. In that case, we always talk about the house wins. When you go 3 wide into a hairpin like that, the house will always win. And unfortunately, Daniel Kier now behind Werner Skuman, who is going to make that Ford Mustang 4 times wider than it actually is. The Panassi Infiltrate Freedom shouting from the rooftops, and you can hear the Panassi team cheering on, saying, "Go, buddy, go. This is an opportunity." But the big win is Jude Neville, who has crystals all over the back of him. So third place is still up for grabs, folks. Because Jude Neville and crystals, who were fighting out, lying in 4th and 5th position, now at the moment is running for 3rd. They're running for the top spot with 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go. This is gonna be it. They're gonna have to really think about it here. They're going to have to start whether they're going to roll the dice on what moves are they going to do. How much are they willing to compromise at the moment to ensure that they climb up through the order. 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go. This is going to be monumentally huge. And we can even see Samir Bucher saying this is nail-biting stuff. Going and watching it. If I'm correct in saying this, to Mr. Mucus in the chat, that you're currently watching a family member out on track who just had that 3 wide situation and just had to close the eyes, was stuck in the middle of it and survived the middle. Oh my heavens, this is just wild stuff. Crystals trying everything he can. Desperation starting to kick in. Backmarkers coming into the fray. Jude Neville tries to go up on the inside, gets it done and dusted. As Chris Collision tries to go after Vietia Burta. Jason Farmer trying to make up some time as well. Peter Meyer closing up and making some time. It's just up and down. It's everywhere. Crystals out on the outside. The Ford Mustang going late to the brakes. Can't get it quite done. Getting pushed out wide. Jude Neville sending him out very, very wide at this point. Through turn 2. Into turn 3, Jude Neville now opening the gap. Crystals has lost out a second. He needs to try and close it up under braking, but they're starting to catch up to the Panassi, one of the broken Panassi cars that is still out there on track. 3rd place is a gamble right now. And if you want to try your hand and see what your luck is going to be, hit our affiliate link down in the description here on the stream for the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet Sprint Series, GT3 Sprint Series, Round 1. And honestly, this is going to be amazing. Lots and lots of prizes to be had, and we're going to be giving you all. I know we're waiting on Bertus Hugo, who will be coming in and having a chat with us, and also we'll be absolutely talking about this race because, as I said, nail-biting stuff. Properly good running. Dino Kier looking up on the inside of Werner Skuma, who goes defensive, holds the inside line, runs out a little bit wide, tries to go for a little bit more of a defense, holding an outside line for the final quarter to try and carry as much drive as possible. He's starting to get that huge understeer creeping in slowly but surely as they fight it out. Jim will be starting to come on the radios and talking to them. The time is running out. And Jim is our chief marshal, who we heard at the start of the race say green flag. He will be telling the drivers when there is the final lap. When Henry Mayer, who's 9, going 10 seconds ahead of 2nd place. Ryan Barrington's the 3rd. Jude Neville with Crystals right behind it. Fleming Bauer in 5th. 6th place, Werner Skuman with Dean Nokia, who is just clamoring on, trying everything he can. Mordrake Larson's in 8th. 9th place is Harry Fazell. 10th is Johan Kleiders, as we got the 77 car, lost it at the top. And that is Reginald Mutaleni. Reginald has lost it and got a bit of damage. He's down into 23rd and will be falling down the order Daniel de Villiers going on to Gerrit Bucas at the moment, and Bucas trying everything he can. The Sim Alpha car going off to Paul the Wall Fenter as they challenge Eric Hustain, Jean Leroux onto the back of Claynuts in the Ford Mustang. It is getting wild out there, folks, as we see the number 9 are getting a bit of a turnaround. And this is unfortunately one of our team tryout cars. This is Henry Platt, who gets it absolutely splat off into the weeds. And I think the McLaren just putting wheel onto the dirt, and there's the twist round as he goes and drops out, falls off the circuit, and now staring at the pit wall. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Daniel de Villiers, Gerrit Bucas still having a good go at one another, nail biting of a note. De Villiers representing the PWSR camp is doing everything he can. Jean Leroux onto the back of Claynuts, trying to go late on the brakes to get it all done and dusted. Dean Norkier going and realizing time is running out after Werner Skuman really laying in the hate at the moment, trying everything he can to just keep it all together. It is up, it is down, it is all for it. And Bucas loses out the position to Daniel de Villiers. A little bit of rubbing on the exit as they launch their way through. Closest battle currently on track in the top 10 is Werner Skuman and Dean Norkier going side by side. The two front engines, so coming up to one of the McLarens. Oh, Dean getting desperate. Went for the inside line. Unfortunately, couldn't get the pass done. Werner Skuman gets it in the door, and that unfortunately pushes Dean down the order as Morjay Claessens comes on by. Kerry Van Sale gets on by. Will Claessens get the luck to get past the likes of Norkier, who will be suffering a bit of damage from a race of high heights? It has been the low of lows right now as he tries to get it all going. Kerry Van Sale behind Morjay Claessens is going to give it everything he's got. Now the question is there a bit of a team order? Is there just hold back, let the drivers go? Or has Xavier from Bandacity got it said, go, go, go? It is race on right the way through as they launch their way around the circuit. This is going to be a proper charge for them all. Kerry Van Sale all over the back of Morjay Claessens. Dean Norkier and trying to make up some time. Claynuts losing out of time to Jean Leroux, who is looking for the inside. Sen can't get it done and dusted. What's be in that top 10? Oh, he loses it! Jean Leroux loses it. Here comes Eric Hustain, though. He's going to get a bit of a pass done. And Eric Hustain moves up into 11th position. Jean Leroux with that damaged car, unfortunately, running out a little bit too wide, drops out, and now we'll be having to battle it out. Paul Fenter, Daniel de Villiers, and Bucas all over the back of him. Gerrit giving everything he can. Looks towards the inside line. Late move is going to be the case. No, second guesses that option. Decided that was not going to be the idea that he wanted. And now with only 2 minutes left of the race and the cars lapping in the 122s, we can expect 2 more laps left of the racing action for Henry Mayer, who is out at the top of the charts. 31 laps in. Has been on a monumental run at the moment. Ryan Barrington-Smith in second place. Jude Neville running in third. Crystals running in fourth place as they make their way through. Crystals trying everything he can. Fleming Power trying his luck in fifth place. Werner Skuman into sixth. Seventh is Morjay Claessens along with Kerry Van Sale. And Dean Norkier down into ninth place. Johan Claynuts into 10th. 11th, Eric Hustain. Jean Leroux along with Paul Fenter. Daniel, the Hitman de Villiers, with Bucas right behind them, chasing him down, chomping at the bits at this point. Paul Foyer was second behind, trying to go for a late break, couldn't get it done just as yet. Going to try once again, looks for the set, couldn't get the pass down and dusted, has to second guess it at this point. De Villiers going and showing off what he can do. The Hitman not going to back down from the fight as he tries everything he can to represent the PWSR. Henry Mayer coming and making his way through. 45 seconds left on the clock. And it is now an all chances game. Henry Mayer has got the entire table guessing. He's got the top end of the car, so he's waiting for it. Right, Barrington-Smith, though, hurting on the tyres, has got Jude Neville and Crystals on the back of him. That has changed things up, right? Barrington-Smith, who had a comfortable lead over third place, now has Jude Neville, his teammate, But I know for a fact that the Logistical Nightmare Racing team have been talking to each other saying, listen guys, this is going to be a fight. There is prizes on the line. And PokerBet is expecting a race. So guess what? T-Board is out the door here. We're going racing. Otherwise, we're going to be on the Shenanigans Friday with Paul Fenter. And that is not what you want to be on. Especially if you get close and close. And then eventually just going, nah, I don't want to be part of it. You got to be all in if you want to win at this house. Here at the RaceFace.Pro, PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series on its return to a Wednesday night. Tennis Buerta with Vietia Buerta chasing him down. Getting past one of the Pedacity BMWs, moving out of the way. And doing a phenomenal job there. Hats off to our backmarkers, giving a bit of room. And coming across the line, Henry Mayer taking the checkered flag and taking the win for the first ever PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series. But for the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series, Henry Mayer is gaining some valuable points. Second place, Ryan Barrington-Smith, 0.8 of a second behind. June Neville, Crystals running in fourth. Fleming Bauer in fifth. Werner Skuman comes across in sixth place. Mordred Claessens will finish in seventh position. Clary van Zale in eighth. Ninth place is Dean Nokia along with Johan Kleinans. Eric Kirstein comes across the line. 11th, Gerrit Burkus along with Paul Fenter. Daniel de Villiers bounces out, loses out. Daniel de Villiers, who had a great run, lost out the run and drops down the order at the last. Daniel took the gamble, couldn't get it done. So Tennis Buerta getting the pass down and dusted. Vietia gets the pass down and dusted. Paul Fenter up into 13th. Vietia into 15th. 16th, Daniel de Villiers, where he battles out with Chris Collision up until the line. They're going to claw their way through. But Chris is going to have to be comfortable in that 17th position. Mark Henneberry in 18th. Jason Farmer, Mustafa Nordin, Rian Ferry, Peter Meyer, Reginald Buttalani, Jean Mazard, Altman Buerta, Ruan Kleiners, Ruan van der Vault, Donovan Dunon, Jean Verfiers, Jean Leroux, Henry Platt, David Dreyer, Jaco Kutzer, along with Jaco Krobler. Well done, Jaco. Great job on your return back to ACC. Hansi Myberg, along with Brandon Holthazen and Dean Duplessis, running out our 37 cars, coming across the line. But well done to Henry Mayer. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to be going back up to the top. And please go take a look in the description for our PokerBet. We're going to be going a quick transition as we head back to our commentary. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our highlights where we're going to be showing off a couple of the racing. What a run. What a absolute mental race that we just witnessed. Holy smokes, folks. All right, well, trying to get my breath back after we saw all that. We're going to be bringing in a couple of drivers. Let's start off with our third place. Let's go to June Neville of Eleanor. Jude, welcome to the commentary box, buddy. Absolutely phenomenal and mental race. How are you feeling? At one point, you were looking at 5th, 6th, 4th. You were sitting there on the cards, and now 3rd place and 0.8 of a second behind Ryan Barrington-Smith.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a bit lost for words. Come off a 6-week break due to hardware issues. And qualified P3 just by my teammates. We kind of just said, you know what, we'll stay formation into T1, which we managed to do, thankfully. And then I had a few issues. Dean got past me, lost touch with them, and then Dean had an unfortunate issue. So I should be in 4th place. But back markers have gifted me 3rd place effectively. But yeah, I'm very, very happy, man.
Well, you got to be in it to win it. That's the thing. You got to be in it to win it. You're holding the cards in your hand, and sometimes you get lucky, and Lady Lucky is giving the wicked nod over your shoulders, but sometimes you're playing against Murphy, and, well, we all know how that goes. But, Jude, take us through that battle towards the end. I mean, now you're onto the back of Ryan Barrington-Smith. It was a challenge all the way throughout this 45-minute sprint race, and suddenly second place was within arm's reach. Take us through that last lap.
Well, the last, as much as it may have been in reach, I was just said to Ryan, it's yours. You've earned it. You've got in front of me from the start, so you can stay there. Our main concern was actually the Mustang behind us, because he was a few tenths slower than us. And we were like, that's interesting, because in practice he was quicker than us. And then suddenly, when our tire started dying, he just half a second quicker. So we kind of I just said, I'll defend for you. You can just try push on. And then the last few laps, the Mustang lost a bit of pace. And then I just said to Ryan, just cool down your pace a bit, because he nearly died a few times at the end there. And we just kind of played the team game. But yeah, it was fun. I'm surprised. Well done to Henry on his win. Very well done. He seemed to be in control of the race the whole time. Yeah.
Well, for being in third place for the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series, a return to the GT3 Sprint Series, how are you feeling, taking a look at the race as a whole, being back in the Sprint Series and having PokerBet, our title sponsor, being on the cards here and coming in with some prizes that you don't know about yet, but all I could say is, man, oh man, I wish to be in your seat right now.
Yeah, no, it feels amazing. I'm glad the Sprint Series back. Always, there's nothing I've been able to do due to other commitments, but always been a nice race to watch. 45 minutes short, no pit stops, pure driver skill basically, no strategy, and around a track that I know many hate, I love. But yeah, also sponsors, it's nice that the sponsors come in, big sponsor, has come in to, bring some more oomph to the sim racing community in SA.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Well, before I let you go, would you like to say anything to our amazing petrol heads out there and all our sponsors that have been keeping a very close eye on all the action right here at RaceFace.Pro?
Just a thank you for everyone for watching. It's nice to actually be able to put on a show for once and be in the top 3 for most of the race, or some of the race. And thanks to Eleanor. Very, very nice team to race for, all the help they give me. And yeah.
Absolutely amazing, Jude. Thank you very much, and well done on the third place. We're going to be moving in with our second place, Ryan Barrington-Smith coming in. Ryan Barrington-Smith, welcome to the commentary box. Glad to have you here and getting to chat once again. What a race for you. Ups and downs. Dean Nokia was fighting you out for majority of the race. A mistake happened. You managed to get second place. Then you start opening up the gap. And suddenly it all started changing as the tires came off. I mean, take us through the emotions of this race.
That was a very, very emotional race. I won't lie. It started well. The main goal at the start was just to survive, just to try and keep the top 3. I managed to keep second place, which I wasn't expecting. And then it was just a matter of trying to keep up with Henry. I knew I wouldn't, but it was mainly just trying to keep the guys behind me. And yeah, when Dean came coming, I knew he had better pace than me, so it was just a matter of holding him back. And then I made a small mistake at the kink on this one lap where he got past me. And at that point, I just decided to put the pressure on him because I could see that he was also starting to battle a little bit with his tires, just like I was. So I didn't give up, and then unfortunately back markers got in the way. I don't know if it was caught on the stream, but yeah, there was back markers going too wide and they knocked Dean off, and yeah, it wasn't the best sight. So I basically stopped on track to avoid it. But luckily I got through safe, and from then I was just managing the gap behind me just to keep that second place. But the tires were definitely going off in the last few laps. I started stressing a bit. But lucky I had Jude behind me. He's my teammate. We were talking on our teammates' chats, and so we just decided to hold the 2-3 to the finish line, which was great for us as Eleanor to get 2 and 3.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Well, taking a look at it, it's been an absolute wild ride for you. Second place is great to have as the start of the points. I mean, it's always nice to be starting on the up foot, on the right foot for any championship, especially the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series. I mean, this is a return to a Wednesday. What's your thoughts on the GT3 Sprint Series?
Yeah, it's actually my first time competing in the Sprint Series. I normally do the main championships on the Thursday, but this is actually, it's really fun. It's high adrenaline compared to the Thursday nights. You've got half the race distance, so the guys are a bit more, not exactly aggressive, but they'll fight you harder for positions because there's less time to make an overtake and there's no pit strategies, so it's full out racing, which is awesome. It keeps you engaged, keeps you focused. If any slip up and you can lose lots of positions.
Absolutely monumental. Well, before I let you go, the floor is yours to have a chat to our title sponsor, PokerBet, all our affiliate sponsors as well, and to all the petrol heads watching now and in the future. They're listening to the second place, Ryan Barrington-Smith of Logistical Nightmare Racing.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's great to be. It's great to have a great sponsor like this on board. Sim racing is such a great sport. It's I can say it's helping me with. I'm trying to get into real life racing, and it's the skills I'm learning from sim racing I'm carrying over. It's such an awesome sport. It's great to practice on. It's good fun. It's affordable. I love it. I'll never give it up.
Well, absolutely incredible stuff. And for anyone that doesn't know, Ryan Barrington-Smith's grandfather, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
raced one of the sister cars, was one of 7 that existed of the Capital Formula V's way back in the 60s, and he actually got to sit in the car, but he's now taking his trip in go-karting as well. So Ryan, absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to one day doing battle with you side by side, but this time I don't think I can quite catch you on the track. Well done on the second place. Absolutely phenomenal work, but I think Dean is going to be hungry to get past you.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks very much, Stephen.
Ryan Barrington-Smith, absolutely incredible. Let's bring in first place, though. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a person that has no qualms being in the commentary box, a person that is no stranger for standing on first place, Henry Mayer. What a race. It was dominating start to finish, but how did you feel with that qualifying?
Qualifying was actually hectic just to get a lap in that for first. And then I saw I was dropping down, so I just had to get a clean lap in.
I mean, let's talk about that. The first place switched a total of 16 times in that run. You were up and down with Ryan Barrington-Smith, Chris Dawes, Fleming Bauer, Werner Skuman, Dean Nokia, Johan Kleinarts, Eric Kirstein. Everyone was just jumping up and down in that. Was the stress of, am I quick enough? Looking that you're only 0.010 of a second off first place at one point in qualifying.
Yeah, that was stressful because the issue was, like, I know Fleming had it, where every time he was on a quick lap, he beat back markers. Or not back markers, other people on laps. And then he couldn't get a clean one in. So as soon as I saw I was starting to drop, it was like, this is gonna be a race at the end.
Absolutely incredible. Dominating start to finish, though. That, I'm sure, was quite a sight. But how did it feel to start out in the front with 42 cars out on track with you, going and staring down this line and realizing that you've got a whole lot of drivers that want to get to the top spot, and they got 45 minutes to do so?
What I can say is I'm glad I started at the front because I wasn't really in the mood for the mess at the back. Because what I've heard from my teammates, it was quite busy in the back.
It was busy, but clean, believe it or not. Turn 1, not a single incident. How's that for a bit of a smiling moment? But Henry Mayer, absolutely incredible stuff. And getting the win for round 1 of the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series. I mean, how does it feel to be listening to that? The Sprint Series returning with a title sponsor like PokerBet behind the name.
It's just insane to think that a big company like that can support a sim racing organization, especially as big as RaceFace. Like, I'm really happy for it to return and actually coming back with a bang.
Well, absolutely incredible stuff. Well, before I let you go, you know the score, you know the story. You hold the crown for round 1, and you can address the loyal subjects because the king will talk to all his subjects. Henry Mayer, the floor is yours.
Thank you, RaceFace. Thanks for bringing the sprint back. And thanks for all the sponsors for supporting everyone, for supporting RaceFace.
And we cannot forget the amazing petrol heads that were shouting from the grandstands. No joke, even my neighbor was shouting. And I could hear through my headphones, which is absolutely incredible to hear. But, I mean, absolutely awesome stuff. Henry Mayer, well done. Once again, congratulations. Tomorrow is the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Championship. You've got the first hop, skip, and a jump towards the lead. And now you just got to carry the momentum through right till the end of the championship and also tomorrow night.
You'll see me tomorrow, and I'm hoping tomorrow the big boys show up.
Ooh, you calling them out?
Yep.
Okay, well, folks, Henry
Let's
Mayer.
have some fun.
There we go. Henry Mayer giving a shout out to all those racing on Thursday. Thank you very much, Henry Mayer. We'll chat to you later.
Thank you.
Absolutely incredible stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and it was a monumental run. Well, that being said, let's take a look at what's happening for round 2 next week. We're heading out to Monza. We were giving you the hints at the start, but Monza, the Temple of Speed, will be next week as we look forward to round 2 at the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series here. And ready to have a bit of fun. Tomorrow night, though, starting same time as tonight, 10 past 8, we will be heading off to round 1 of the RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Championship Season 19 here at Laguna, Seca. And it is going to be a monumental race that you do not want to miss. So much going to happen, so much to talk about, and I can confirm that our prize pool will be told tomorrow night. So you best tune in for that because... as I said, you want to be part of it. And make sure you hit that affiliate link down in the description here for the RaceFace.Pro RaceFace.Pro PokerBet GT3 Sprint Series for the PokerBet affiliate link. Go and be a part of it. Lots of prizes to be won and test your luck. Also, just remember that gambling is for 18 and older. Please ensure that you are that. If you go and want to be a part of it, rather get the parents to sign up on your behalf. Let them do all the stuff and you score the prizes. A big shout out to PokerBet and all our affiliate sponsors for joining us. Ondorf Machinery Mart, SA Lube, along with Scallywags Drift School and Red Star Raceway for being a part of all the action. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. My name is Stephen Koenig, and like always, and for those that have just joined and not sure what it's all about, say it with me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody.